Shotgun to shotgun.
Full antitoxin. So this is right on time to reconnect, to say, yes, I can connect with my people from various backgrounds, from all the corners of the world, and actually do things for self. Because as far as I've experienced both being from the islands, here, dealing with you, black, straight black pride, being involved in all these knowledge, and I can give it to people, and I don't want to give it to these people because I don't want to raise other people's. And so, so this is an excellent place to be because it's like, okay, I'm not alone. Since it's like, oh my God, I don't feel alone anymore. So I thank you. I thank you. I don't know what you got to say, but I thank you. And I thank all of you who are listening and all of you who participated. I thank you and I love you. And I don't usually say that. But I thank you all. I love you all.
Yes, ma'am. Well, that's what this is about, a family affair. And you're right. I think we talked about this yesterday. I forgot with whom, but we were saying how the COVID has caused this separation. We don't have that, ability to, hug and touch and just caress someone's face because, we have to be, weary and leery of, the spread of the disease, whether it's real or it's not.
Right.
But
it's not.
Well, but you can't trust it,
Right. You can't trust because we know something is there because they spread it.
So
they haven't been spraying a lot.
Say that one more time.
They haven't been spraying in the air a lot no more.
Right.
But yeah, but it does affect how we deal with each other. It does affect, because controlling, you want to control our whereabouts. And
well, think about this right here. This is something to think about. I think, just thinking about Michael Bradley's, Iceman inheritance. The COVID places everybody, even us Africans, inside caves.
Mm-hmm.
So that type of, aggression and, that super materialistic nature that they developed now over eons,
right.
we get a taste of it because, like you said, that separation, being, isolated from other people, the mind tends to play tricks on it. It's almost like, we've been placing solitary confinement to a certain degree. So I definitely understand exactly what you're talking about. So, I mean, even if let's just say, okay, COVID is not real, those psychological residuals are real.
Yeah, psychological warfare is very real.
And those things could have reverberating, impacts on us, for years to come. Because these things won't just last in this moment. So therefore, you come with 100 years in the whirlwind, and we are resistance. Like I say, this is what we've been talking about. Resistance. This is a resistance conference. Everything is geared around resistance. So we have to resist that psychological onslaught.
Right.
I guess embodying or personalizing that sense of isolation. That
right.
sense of, just being alone and stuff like that. Because sometimes it is good to be remembered that we have not only, family in the flesh, but we have our ancestors. We have a billion ancestors that's around us. And sometimes I think we do tend to forget that because we're not necessarily immersed in a culture that's ours.
Right.
Marimba Ani said, Mama Marimba Ani said, it is a culture that inoculates from genocide. So, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying stuff. I hope everybody's enjoying stuff. I know we've had a few technical snafus here and there, but I always say this is the first time, I think anybody's attempted anything like this.
Right.
We have broadcasts from we've officially broadcast from 5 continents.
That's awesome.
Today, we've been on America. We did South America today. We did Asia on yesterday, and we were broadcasting from Germany today. So we're gonna go back on the motherland tomorrow, a few times. So this has been different. So think about it like this right here. You know, because I don't know if you were in Mama Nayaba podcast, and she was having a lot of issues. But when I thought about it when it was over, because she was all apologetic, I'm like, Mama Nayaba, please, you are awesome. You know, if you know Mama Nayaba, I mean, she is awesome. And the most African thing you can do is use the apparatus, you know, of the oppressor to connect, organize, and unify with other Africans.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, it's what, 6 of us right here right now, and each one of y'all can go to jail for treason, because that's what you actually engaged in. I don't know if somebody ever told you that, but
You engage in what?
y'all
Say
can
it
go to
again?
jail for treason. Matter of fact, the penalty for treason is death.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you talk about nation building, that's what
Oh,
you're,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, overthrowing and separating.
That's
And
okay. I've been on the list for decades. I've been on that list for decades, so it's okay. But yeah, I'm quite, I'm aware of that. Like I said, you know, it's been, yeah, for sure. I suspect that I've been in that list for at least 20, 30 years, but that's okay. That's all good.
it is all good. I like that. It is all good. Y'all, I'm gonna give them another 2 minutes to come in, and I'm gonna close us out.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to listen, y'all, this is all I'm gonna say. And if anybody come in, because it's late and we got an early start in the morning.
Yes, we do.
Listen, man, I appreciate each and every one of you spending time, you know, over these last 2 days. We got one more day to push. We have one more day to spend some time together, but ultimately, I think it's going to be a good day. We have a few more breakout sessions where you have an opportunity to choose between which speaker you want to go to. Tomorrow, we're going to do some different things, though. We have the spoken word artist coming in. We have Due to Knowledge Radio that's going to come back with United Front. And then Baba and Walamu Barudi is going to close us out with the axioms of Garvey, you know, how they should be analyzed, synthesized, and utilized for our liberation. So I think that's I think that's going to be, you know, a very exciting workshop. So hey, y'all, go get some rest. Get some rest. Be ready to go. I had a music rocking for y'all early in the morning. I think what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, instead of moving quickly into the breakout sessions, if libation doesn't last long, we'll stay there and hang out.
Okay.
Until 10, and then when 10 comes, everybody just kind of goes into the room they want to go in. So, but family, get some rest. We got one more day. We got one more day to be out of the storm. So, you know, I love each and every one of you. Even if I don't even know your name, I dog it. We family now.
Okay, we're family. Okay, so what are you going to be doing with the track thing?
Well, as soon as COVID is done, we're back. As soon as, I'm just waiting on them because, you know, they end up doing nationals. But again, I couldn't do nationals and then someone gets sick on my watch.
No.
You know, that would really hurt me. So definitely when everything stops, because everybody's fat. I mean, you see me, I lost so much weight. Big Coogee now. But when as soon as we get it all clear, you know, we're gonna get back out there and everything will be everything. You know, all of the paperwork that needed to get done to really, really make us an organization we can go chase some of this money is in place. So we're gonna take this thing to the next level. See, our brother over there, he yarning. So, bro, hey, listen, y'all go get some sleep.
All right.
Good morning. You know, if y'all have any cares, questions, concerns, hit the email. I'm gonna push out. Everybody got the link through the email, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna push the email out in a few minutes, and that's that.
All right. Hey.
All right, y'all take care. Are they still awake in there? I'm gonna check. They all quiet. Peace, brother. Now you go mute. Go unmute.
Oh, okay, y'all already closed it down?
No, well, we only had like 3 people in here, and they was yarning, falling all over. I'm like, man, y'all want to get some rest. I see y'all tomorrow, so I'm just kind of hanging out. If anybody else want to come in, I'm gonna close them out. But yeah, brother, man. Hey, man, y'all killed it today, man. Y'all made it hard to people to come behind y'all. I'm gonna let you know. You know,
Hey,
and you know what's funny?
that was some respect that you have for this, though. Dog. It was an honor to be able to be a part of it.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. You know, it's funny. You know, me and Thorough have been talking. He's like, man, well, what do you want? And I'm like, I want y'all to do what y'all do. I mean, I you know, I want you to do it. And then people, they didn't understand that when I was saying that to them. I'm like, listen, I'm not a Svengali. I'm not going to puppet you in a specific direction. That's not the thing that attracted me to your brilliance.
Right.
What I want you to bring to the table, that what I saw, so people could have an idea of, or not an idea, they can better understand some of the things I understand and why I, you know, draw some of the conclusions I draw. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I think that what y'all did today, man, my principal was in the meeting with y'all.
Respect.
So, and the thing about it, she stayed the whole time. She stayed, and you talking about Obamaite, man, she is 100%, you know what I'm saying, Obama down. And like, this is my second time teaching her. I talked to her like, hold on one second.
No, take time, fam.
Okay. They say they still going in the Shango room.
Oh, word?
Yeah, so if y'all want to go there, what's up, Mo? If y'all want to go there and come back, man, like I said, I'm gonna be hanging out here until, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want somebody to want me to close them out and I'm gone. So I'm gonna hang out here, but yeah, man, that the other guy that's in the group, man, I've been knowing him since about, man, Morris, I met you at a 93, 94, 93. So, but yeah, man, this has been a great experience, man. What y'all brought to the table was absolutely needed. You know, people need to see how to think. You said something today. I was telling my wife, man, it was beautiful. I wanted to say, your homeboy from Philly had said something.
Right.
And Thorough had asked you did you want to answer? And at first you was about to answer, then you was like, nah, man, let me think about it and hash it out a little bit. And I saw you write it down.
Right.
That type of thinking, believe it or not, man, is rare. People don't take thinking seriously. You dig?
Yeah.
So for them to see that in action, for them to see brothers, you know, thinking things out, making succinct arguments, thoughts. You know, like one time, your brother from Philly said he used the word opine, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to say, oh, so y'all gonna get pedantic on them, huh? You know, but the thing about it is they have to hear that. They have to see that. They have to, you know, or I shouldn't say we have to see that. We have to, you know,
it's like a dojo. It's like a dojo, and you have your different levels, the intelligence and the way you apply the intelligence, receive the intelligence, listening, all that. That's, you know, higher up. If you're the higher up, you're the black belt, you're the black belt. But if you're the orange belt, you're the orange belt. But the orange belt also teaching the white belt and blue belt and everything, right? So it's like, you know what? If that's how I approached it, in an aspect to where I should yield and learn, that's what I do, even amongst the peers, because I'm only going to get better watching everyone.
Well, like you say, iron sharpens iron.
For sure, fam.
But this is the thing that I think that happens with most of us. The orange belts think they damn black belts. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we get caught up in this trick bag, man, thinking we're gonna vote ourselves into something, or you know, giving a little trade. The whole idea of trading goddamn bodies for buildings is insane to me.
Right. Right.
You know, goddamn it, you kill me. You stand on my neck for 8 minutes and 43 seconds, however long it is, and then you give me a statue. You know, that's a sickness.
And that
We gotta fix.
suffices. The fact that that suffices and gets celebrated.
Say that one more time. You chopped over my end.
I said the fact that that suffices and gets celebrated.
Yeah, it speaks to a cowardice. It speaks to a collective cowardice.
A pathology of cowardice.
Yeah, you know. So it's this to me is more about bringing the teachers together. You know, right? Like you were in you know, Dr. Samori's room. I mean, Dr. Samori is younger than me. You know, but I mean, it's certain things that he's brought to the table. You know, like it's a little book, man. The first little book is called Education for Liberation, and I don't know why I read it to my son. I mean, it was maybe why did we read it to Asar when he was born? It was important. It was important.
That's what's up.
You know, and that to me, like some people have had bad experiences on social media. Not me. I mean, I met people like you know, Baba Baruti, everybody in the conference.
Right.
So when people, oh, social media is the worst thing ever, I'm like, shit, not in my world.
It's
you know,
a tool. It's a tool, but it's more of a weapon. Hence, you back to the dojo thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna put a bladed weapon in the hand of amateurs, right? And the amateurs are the people that don't know how to really utilize it to put some enrichment out there, good marketing. It's like, yo, wait a minute. You can see that there's some enrichment in this. It's not all just folly. And I actually had to teach myself that because I'm from the 80s and they was telling turn everybody into robots. I'm like, how they finna do it? Plugging into the system. The Japanese anime used to have all that, 4 companies owning everything in the world, and you know, 400 years from now or something. And it looks like that's what's being created here. And it's done primarily because the people are asking for it through the form of convenience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Convenience is dwindling humanity.
Yeah. Yeah. The convenience speaks to, again, cowardice.
Yeah.
Because if you're really about manhood and womanhood, you want to get it from your own hands.
You have to. If you don't farm it, you're not really manifesting nothing.
Right. It don't belong to you.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I tell my children repeatedly, hey, earn it. If you earn it, nobody can take it away from you because it's yours. You don't owe anybody anything. But as soon as you start taking gifts, you're going to have to give up something that you might not want to give up.
Yeah.
So, you know, be careful, be cautious about the things that you say that you want if you don't want to earn them. You know, so that's a constant conversation, you know, I'm having with these little jokers over here, man, because, you know, that trick bag is vast.
Yes.
You know, you find yourself in it, you'll find yourself, it's hard to get out of.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I was telling somebody earlier, man, and you know, you think about this thing that we put together. And it's been all of us. It ain't just me. This is collective work. You know, I can't do what Field African Radio does. Not even any stretch of imagination, right?
Yeah.
So I tell people, I was telling the people that were here earlier, I said, man, you know we engage in treason. Because anytime you're talking about nation building, what you talking about?
Oh yeah. You're seen as a threat. You're seen as a threat to whatever value that the United States would prefer for Black people to have.
The United States, period. Because I think that this is me going on a limb, but I think all of us are really, we really are. At the end of the day, all of us want our children to have to exist within a culture that is distinctly ours.
Definitely.
We can't do that in a space.
Nah, you can't do it here unless you get militant. And the thing is, people are only programmed. It's you've seen RoboCop. It's Objective 4 or something, you know, Objective 2, where you can't turn on the CEO or the company or nothing like that. You know, so you can gun down each other, but it's like, all right, you know, so these people come into your churches and burn up your grandma and everything. It's like, really, cuz? Like that? All right. I gotta see if some of this oppression is actually a fetish or not now. You know what I mean? Cause you cry oppression, but it's like, hold up, cuz there's supposed to be some human responses to this.
Right. Man, you know, you said something. You had the quote of the day until Mama Yah Santawa came on, right? Mama Yah Santawa dropped. Were you in that one? Were you in that one?
Yeah. I was there for about 75.
Okay, so did you hear when she said what she said, baby? Something about suck my balls. Did a woman say something? Yes, one supposed to be no cursing, and she was just like, you know what? This is my flow, and she went. But you said something. It was beautiful. I was gonna quote it, but I just didn't have time because I was trying to make sure I was admitting y'all stuff and had it, where it needed to be. But you said, ain't no Texas hood, cuz. I'm like, no, but that's true. You know what I'm saying? That is so true. When you think about it, at the end of the day, when they try to sell it, that we are these, these people who are engaged in all these, terroristic acts and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, what you're trying to paint don't exist.
Exactly.
It was just a brilliant analogy that you made. I'm like, yo, that was very apropos, man. I really appreciated that.
Dude, it's all projection. That's why the name of my page is, or the name of the principle is Enriching Buildmonger. These people, their war against us is against our enrichment. It ain't against us being no threat against their life or whatever, because they give you that lock your car door energy in the white collar areas, cuz. They give you that same energy. So it's like, I'm not finna rob you to run to my desk. Really? You got that kind of fear? So it's a different kind of fear, whatever. It's a fear of potential. And when you look at our potential, we got scary potential, dog. So, and I understand why they have the fear that they have of us. But the thing is, we shouldn't let them be able to be lethal in enacting whatever their feeling of their fear of our potential or whatever. And, it is what it is. Most Black people don't want to see them as competition like that. They want that acceptance. It's something that's the biggest pathology thing is the Stockholm syndrome result. Acceptance. And it's like, damn, y'all, what about your own self-worth? What do you think of your own self-worth? What do you think of your own, the culture of your people? What is that worth? What is your soul worth? Yeah, you got one. Jesus said you got one. Everybody said you got one, but damn, what is it worth? Why do you give it to these motherfuckers? If anybody, you know what I mean?
But you know what? I think I can answer that question. When you really think about it, I believe I can answer that question. And I think it goes to how they craft language, right?
Right.
And now follow me on this one for a second. We like to say, oh, Euros, Arabs, and Asians, they control the world because of racism, white supremacy. That ain't how they rule.
No.
Baba Kamban says, throw that out. They have gained control of the world by the use of global white terror domination.
Yes.
And when you think about that, man, you're like, okay, so what does that mean? And then you have to think about the most insane thing and then triple that by 1,000,000, and that's how they got to where they are. No other people, when we folks amongst ourselves, I can't say other people, but when we fought amongst ourselves, there is no instance, there's no historical instance of us making eunuchs of one another.
No.
Not one.
No.
There's not one historical instance of us slitting a pregnant mother's belly and letting the baby fall into the fire.
We were civilized in our wars. That's the one thing that people don't want to take a look at in the history. The fact that the European present the way that they do, you have to look at what the stark contrast would be. People don't like to call them, you start calling them devils or whatever, people say, well, not all of them. And it's like, but wait a minute, if you have to say not all of them, you have to admit that there is a whole lot of deviltry up over there then. Right. And if it ain't all of them, so do you mean what? It's only 40% of them? All right, so do the 40% of them run the 60% of them? Do the smaller populations of racist white people run the larger populations of non-racist white people? No one will answer that.
Yeah, the answer is no, can't be, right?
They have to. They have to if this is operating the way it is.
No, what you said who's the smaller group? The racist or the non-racist?
We're assuming what they say. They say that non-racist white people are the large group of white people.
Okay,
right?
got you. Now I'm with you. Now, so
Right.
yes, the smaller group runs the larger group. I'm with you.
So you have to call into the accountability of the larger group. Like, all right, so is racism good? No, it's bad. Is it a big problem or is it a small problem? It's a big problem. Okay. Is a big problem carried out by a big area? Yeah, it does. Okay. Well, what operates those areas? Oh, racist people. Why do you have racist people running all your corporations and shit? Really? All right. If you're really about this, we are Americans, we are one, we are together and everything. Why can't you call into accountability when someone racist does something racist? It's not really the racist people that's the issue. It's the so-called non-racist ones that are the issue because they are the ones that's supposed to be correcting it.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. So, but black people are supposed to take a look at that, and they don't take a look at that. That they don't call them into the correct accountability because we have no standards for the world that we wish to place upon it. It's just they accept every other standard that comes to them as opposed to wanting to create their own.
You're talking about African people now, right?
Yes.
Right. And well, going back to answering your question, but I think that because of that global white terror, that's why we give our souls to other people. I think that terror, who said it? Was it Dr. Wilson? But he says, sometimes, things happen, it becomes genetic memory. And we're able to pass that genetic memory from generation to generation. Yeah. And you experience those things sometimes in deja vu. When that genetic memory remembers a instance. And what happens is, it just comes back without us even, being aware of it. So that's why I think that we will give our souls to those people. But also, I think that you didn't close that door. You did not close that door. Thank you. Also, I think that at the end of the day, if the larger group is not the racist ones, they can listen as hell.
They gotta be. So then
something out of the deal.
They get something out of it. So then you stop looking at it in the aspect of racism. It's like, look, we've been calling it racism forever, and the racism is always on some individual one-by-one thing. At one point, there has to be an assumption that it's culture. There has to be an assumption, especially after 500 years. Are you kidding me? Look, there's nothing you're going to watch develop for 500 years and see it remain as is in an aspect of relation with other things and say that it's different. Why we got to call it a different name now? We call it racism. You want to call it racism 300 years from now. Let's say when they were doing the ill shit they doing to us, they was doing to other white folks, right? What did the Irish call it? When the British was whooping their ass, what did they call it? They couldn't call it racism because they the same color, so to speak, right? They called it evil. They called it war. They called, you know what I'm saying? Well, we call it racism and you get locked in. Well, that person's racist and that one ain't racist. And it's like, but look, the whole system is as is. So when are you going to judge the system, judge those who operate the system, judge those who benefit from the system, judge those who set the system against your enrichment? Like the thing is, it all comes down to self-worth and value. And Black people have been into an anti-Black situation for the longest. They don't have any self-value, and even in an aspect of let's say that conquering ain't the wrong thing to do. Why is it that we get mad that white people dominate? Why don't we just start dominating if that's the name of the game? How don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, we don't know how to handle power though. That's what it is. We don't. It's just like I brought up today, the One Belt, One Road initiative. Brother, look it up. It's a real deal thing.
Say it again. What is it? I'm writing it down.
It's called the One Belt, One Road initiative.
All right.
And in the next 20 years, the European is not going to be our biggest problem. It's going to be the Chinese, for sure.
Facts.
They in the next 5 to 10 years, they'll be the economic giant. They have the military apparatus to back it. And I keep telling people over and over again, I keep asking the question, what are we going to do as African people here in America? Nowhere else. They just think about here in America. What are we going to do as African people when China says, hey, I need that debt, America? That's a declaration of war because America does not have the natural resources to back $6 trillion.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're dealing with pilgrims, they're sore losers. So
They don't do well with fractions. Absolutely.
if that occurs, they pushing the red button, fam. They not finna give it up.
Okay. So let's just say that's the case. The Chinese have satellites in the sky, so they can. So if you can launch a satellite in the sky, that means you have the capability to shoot long range missiles.
True that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, you know what I'm saying, the Chinese ain't never been no punk.
Nah, they ain't.
Maybe before Mao, but not after Mao.
I mean, but if you look at where all the energy of the world is right now, things is like hella chaotic, hella wacky and stuff. So that would actually be a fitting culmination to the end of all this shit.
But
aliens coming from the sky next, cuz everything is happening in 2020, bro. Look out for the asteroid. You know what I mean?
But this is the thing, and this is the thing that I think, right? I say, just like we use this apparatus to do this most African thing, at some point we have to find a way not to change the system, but to infiltrate, engage in some type of subterfuge, sabotage, or guerrilla tactics where we can gain the usage of the apparatus that they won't use to destroy the planet, and say, hey man, you know, we're gonna tear y'all ass up with it.
Yeah.
Because we're in a situation. I mean, dude, at the end of the day, what happens? What happens when we allow Europeans and Asians to destroy the planet? How do we get welcome into the Gungun? How do the Obon Song, you know what I'm saying, say, hey, you know, let them in?
Real talk.
The universe is gonna reject us. You know,
that's a big fear. That's a big fear. That's a real big fear that they'll say you didn't do enough, and then you think of all the stuff that you could have been doing, you know, like 20, 30, 40 years ago, or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it takes an understanding of sacrifice, right? Not a lot of folks want to sacrifice. But they also have to hold life that precious as well. And you don't meet a lot of people that understand even to hold life that precious, not just their own life within, but, you know what I'm saying, we're talking plant animal mineral. We're connected to all of this. The fact that they're allowed to dominate the world as they do, that's just blasphemy right there. You know what I mean? Especially if we the chosen people, like everybody say we is. All right, if we the chosen people, then letting these greedy devils operate the way they is blasphemy. And we need to be doing, you know what I'm saying, something holy in resistance.
No, you're right. You're right, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I think the African proverb says this. You know, if you come among a reed, and the reed is bent in one direction, for X amount of time. To get it to stand right, it has to be in the other direction and even longer time. Right. And we've been in this situation for 2,000 years. God damn, it's gonna take more than 2,000 years to get out. You know, and that's scary. That's scary. That's scary. I mean, you know, I'm gonna tell you something I think about, brother, all the time, right? What's the plan for 2041?
Facts.
No, hold on. Look where I'm going. Watch where I'm going with this. In 2041, it'll be the 600th year anniversary of the Portuguese kidnapping the first group of us off of the coast of West Africa. But we don't think about those kind of things. So it goes back to what you just said, the love of life. But I think that we have to remember first that, like you know, Baba Baruti says, that Kebuka, that remembrance. We have to become one with those ancestors. Because collectively, not us individually, but collectively, we see ourselves disconnected from our ancestors. We think that, you know, oh, they was back there. Did you see, it was a video. It was a video, man. It was here recently in the last 2 years. A guy let his 16-year-old son drive his 15-year-old, 9-year-old, and like 12-year-old daughter to Walmart.
Okay.
And to get some football practice or a football game. Police got behind him. Pulled him over, jacked him up, took him to the police station. Parents didn't know what it was. Daddy got him back and looked so powerless in front of the camera. I don't know why they took my babies. And I'm if I see the video, I'm gonna put it in your inbox. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is, I wish he could have saw how much he resembled our enslaved ancestors and how our situation collectively hasn't changed. The same way they could take our children and there's nothing we can do about it, then real talk, there's really nothing we can do now.
I mean, this is the harsh reality. The harsh reality is folks still want a piece of comfort from this system. They feel that they're owed it, instead of understanding that it's time to rebuild. You have to rebuild if you wish to restore yourself. You will not restore yourself in this system. The system is anti-Black enrichment. This is why they went to all your economic centers in the 20s and destroyed everything. I'm from North Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, you know, you get an understanding of, when you're interacting with these people, everything is actually subjective. We try to be objective with some things. No, this is tribal war. This is tribal war. This is one tribe against another tribe. There's no aspect of amalgamating yourself within this system or nothing like that. Black folks try, and remember who they was killing, hanging up on the trees, the businessmen, people who were competition. Well, you know, people who they thought could not was with their women, but who was swooning their women. Their women swoon all the time over us. It wasn't no damn rape. They call it rape because she fainted, seeing all the flyness. Hell, you know what I mean? What do you do to my flower? I melted that. You know, get out of here. But so the thing is, we need to get back to the understanding of the tribalism. You know what I'm saying? Pan-Africanism. We're a tribe to ourselves. We have our banner. That's representative of our country, of our nation. You know what I'm saying? We might be a landless nation at the moment, but it don't start with land. It start with the soul. It start with the spirit. It start with that connective relationships. You know what I mean? Once you get the relationships there, everything is going to come after that as enrichment. The land, the infrastructure, all that. But if you don't have the right relationships, and the relationships come from the right worth, the right self-worth, the right order. If you don't force militarily your self-worth anywhere where you at, other people's perspective of your value of yourself is going to overcrowd that. This is why you see, you know, sisters with blonde wigs who really shouldn't be having them joints. Like, you see the sisters with some to where it don't look all the way off. It's just like, yeah, I know that ain't your hair, nothing like that. But there's some sisters where, no, why would you choose that one if you're gonna choose one? It's all fake, but god dang, you know what I'm saying? Just get a little something, a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, your speed with it. But no, they gotta have the blind or the blind, cuz. And it's like, baby, you 300 pounds and, you know, all this beautiful chocolate, right? But it's like, what you got that on your head for, you know? So the thing is, it's all self-worth, man. Once we reestablish our self-worth, everything will flow from that, because there's no way a high self-worth people is not going to build anything. There's no way you're not going to have creativity. There's no way that you're not going to be solutional. No, that you're just at a high resonance, and that's what it is. We got to get egotistical with our self-worth. We have to. It's time to feed it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is you look at the fear they have for you. Look at the reason why they fear you. They fear your potential. So all we got to do is look within that which come easy to us, flood that with investment. Boom, you're there. We're a village, dog. You got people who can draw. You got people who can build. You got people who orate. You got people who medical. You got people who all kind of things. People come to this world with all kind of talents. If we invest in those natural talents, that's going to come.
Well, I think you're talking about, because I heard you say it, and to make it plain, we need a damn social theory.
Yes.
And that's what Bobby Rice said we need. We need a social theory. You know, are you friends with you probably not. He's a bit of a weirdo. Taka Kilimanjaro. Nah,
I think I said a couple of stuff that Thorough went on. I only had like 47 friends on Facebook. I don't have a lot of friends.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, only reason I got a lot now because I've been marketing the event. Because trust me, it's gonna be a lot of people come Monday. But when you know he went got his PhD and he writes all these books, which are pretty much regurgitated information. It's nothing new in there. And you know he stands on this position that. Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, my wife got it. That my son was about to be weird. Maybe he's sleeping something. I don't know. It's weird. His position is you have to have an advanced degree to build anything. Wait a minute. You don't have to have an advanced degree to build a locomotion. If I have the advanced degree, now I decide to teach you to build, even reverse engineer a locomotion. You don't need no advanced degree to do that.
Black people are natural autodidacts. We're natural autodidacts. We can teach ourselves anything, which is the reason why they don't want to show us nothing. That's the reason why they don't want to show you nothing. That's because, oh my God, they're quick learners too. Damn it. What can't they do?
They do. And so, he got mad because I didn't invite him on.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just like, man, I'm gonna have you in front of people and have you tell them they suck, for an hour and a half.
No, you should have let him on, and he would have got some jewels and a different an adjustment of understanding how to see the value within people. If you feel that you need the accreditation of how these institutions will instruct someone to create, it's like, wait a minute, no. What do you need, and what idea can you come up with trying to supply your own needs? What if these institutions wasn't even here? You would still need to build whatever you need to build. You want to find some way to do it.
Right.
So why pay them $300,000? Shit, I wish I would.
You ain't lying. But what you're saying is what I tried to articulate to him. But at the end of the day, he just was saying what he was saying. So I'm like, you know what? Brother, you got it. Because I'm not going to. Okay, that was Brother Bomani. So, at the end of the day, I wasn't going to sit there and fuss and fight with him. You know what I'm saying? He believed what he believes. And, I supported him. I bought a couple of his books. I won't buy any more because why do I have to read 4 pages of quoted Sheikh Anta Diop when I can just read Sheikh Anta Diop?
Right.
And then the next 4 pages, you suck, you don't build, you for people who don't build, and you don't want to get a degree. I got my degree, and I'm like, God damn,
Yeah. I mean, the thing is some people they mean well when they start out, and then you have to battle ego as an influencer. That's why a lot of folks call themselves king and regal and stuff, but they don't realize that the king was the chief servant in the kingdom. The king was the chief servant. It wasn't just running everything. The king was the chief servant, and you have to serve your kingdom. This is where the humility comes, because you're not doing it for you. You're already the fucking king. So what else do you need? All right, let's take some of this regalness and this glow and this enrichment down to the so-called commoners who are also part of my kingdom.
I want to show you something. Hold up 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, back. We found this book. Oh, Lord. Ah. Damn. Man, where's my He just sat there and didn't move. Oh. As you can see, I ain't going on my books. Oh, why is all my books on the ground anyway? Oh, my Lord. Where's that damn book? No, I wanted to show you something. Oh, damn, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Right here. There we go. You ever read this book right here?
Let me take a look. Let's see. Want to share? Nah, who's that by?
by Iko Yarma. And in this book, he talks about how the whole idea of monarchy and kingship came from a weak segment of African people who didn't want to do the work anymore. And he said that basically, he says it's a recurring thing in all his work, first of all.
Yeah.
But he talks about the sphere, and he says how the sphere was the most African geographical shape because it represented collective work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you got those people that basically said, you know what, I don't feel like doing no work no more. What kind of con game, what kind of trick bag can I create and allow these jokers to do all the work and I ain't got to do nothing? So they came up with the pyramid.
Okay.
So he says, you know, we get caught up in, oh, the pyramid is so great, da, 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 da. He said, first of all, the pyramid in the big scheme of things is a late geographical shape, but it represents a psychology that basically has the people on the bottom and, you know, that kingship of that Godhead on the top. He says that in this book right here, he says that the greatest manifestation of that was experienced in World War II with the whole German people saying they were the superior race. He said, because at the end of the day, the Germans like, anybody can get it, but us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he says, you know, Plato kind of played with it, but he didn't really flesh it out. But they all got that framework from African people down, you know, in the Nile Valley who had gotten lazy. Like Namur, Minos, Aha, he gets it. I'm like, God damn, you know.
What era of Kemet are we talking about during the lazy period? This is amazing.
He's talking about pre-dynastic. I mean, he's going back,
okay,
you know, far. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but I keep asking all the scholars, hey, you know, how familiar you are, you know, with Iko Yarma, especially, you know, the brother who say he was from Senegal or whatever.
Right.
I know, you know, Elder Armand stays in Senegal now, but you know, he's from Ghana. But he has another book called Kemet House of Life.
Okay.
Where the first part of the book, man, is beautiful. It's about basically about this girl who has a friend named Biko. Biko goes on this journey of Biko becomes, I think he moves into the neighborhood and the girl moves into the neighborhood. Biko has an uncle. And the uncle basically exposes Biko and the girl, I can't think of the girl names, to basically knowledge of self.
Okay.
And they're super smart. They go to this academy. And Biko basically gets thrown out of the, they're living on the continent. Biko gets thrown out of the academy because he proved, this is why he gets thrown out. He proves to the Europeans that run the academy that Egyptians were African. And basically he shows them where Plato stated it.
Right.
They want him to just say, that ain't true. He showed them where Plato said it. And they want him to say that ain't true, but he wouldn't do it. So he ended up getting kicked out of the academy. He joins all these different organizations trying to find out himself, the Masons, the Elks, and all these different things. And ultimately, he ends up killing himself.
Oh, man, damn.
Yeah, because the pressures are just too much because he just can't fulfill his truest African potential. Yeah. So the girl, she goes on, she becomes famous, but she goes on this mission of discovery. And she basically goes and finds these teachers, these teachers who have all of the African wisdom and knowledge that takes you back down the Nile Valley. I'm talking about before the Asian encroachment.
Yeah.
And it talks about the sharers and the keepers, which existed in the House of Life. And it's just this recurring thing that Iko Yarma says, man, that this is our fault. Like, we put ourselves in this situation. He even says in 2000 Seasons, have you ever read 2000 Seasons?
No, I haven't. Man, you dropping
gems. Get on 2000, man. You know who Gusty Renegade is?
Yeah. Okay,
Gusty Renegade has an audiobook on YouTube where he reads it. Now, if you can listen to him about it's a long, it's weird, but if you can listen to him, you know, you don't have
I've listened to Pimp by Iceberg, and that's about 13 hours. So yeah, I can rock
Yeah,
with
but it's easy listening to him. It's not as easy listening to. I'm listening to Iceberg as well, you know. But even in that, you know, he says that, you know, we got in a situation with Asians, Arabs, and Euros because we moved away from our way, which is reciprocity. He said they came amongst us all raggedy and dirty and filthy. We fed them and didn't ask for anything in return, nor did we ask them to leave. He said it's all of us like, you know what? You know, we can punk them. We can get them in a trick bag.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next thing you know, they doing what they do. And I think I want to say the second part of the second chapter of 2000 season is dope, where like the Arabs, they're celebrating I think it's the end of Ramadan, and they're celebrating Eid. Right. And they're having this big celebration, and the sisters basically go ham. The sisters go ham, slaughter everybody.
Okay.
But now listen to this. The Askaris, who should have been doing the work, basically at the end of this festival, the sisters don't slaughter everybody. Ain't no more Arabs there for them to serve. The brothers go in and rush the sisters, the Askaris, because they so jacked up and start killing the sisters.
What?
One of the grandmas running, her name is Nandi. She runs in, her grandson is the chief Askari. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? Stop, chill out. Like, they did the work you were supposed to do. He kills his grandma. His mind is so twisted. And so the hunters and just basically all of the renegade Africans who were hiding in the bush, they come out, you know, whoop the Askaris, you know what I'm saying, send them on their way. And there's a time where it's just like, it's a healing time, but it doesn't last long. Because some of the Askaris leave, some of them come back. When they come back, they don't say, hey, now y'all gotta go the hell over there, the way y'all did us.
They welcomed them
back in.
Wow.
Like they was on some journey. So they start, you know, proselytizing and stuff like that. So it puts me in the mind, man, of like how we always honor, Sundiata Keita. When Sundiata, think about this, because it's something we don't think about. When Sundiata Keita, who was an Arabized African, fought Saramanguru, who was a traditionalist, and Sundiata Keita won, that's when the whole western part of Africa was Arabized. That right there led to us right here speaking English to each other right now.
So that means that certain elements of compassion is actually pathological with us prior to, the interacting with European, forced servitude.
Listen, that means some of us just weak and soft, and we got to do something about that. The social theory has to be for real, because at the end of the day, this is the thing. I think it's 3 phases, right? It's Asian encroachment, Arab predation, and European destruction.
Right.
And that's why we're so tired. That's why Dr. Clark says, you know, when the Europeans came, they were tired. Well, first of all, they were tired. Plus, you know, then we got 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven hurt us too.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's go. I think in history, we've cleaned them up twice, right? We went into goddamn Greece and we taught these motherfuckers how to read and all that kind of stuff. Alexander got that crap. He came back, got busy on our ass.
Right.
Then we went in 7-Eleven, went in there, and we, you know what I'm saying, wanted the snow bunny up and all that kind of stuff. What they say, the oldest university, which is in Italy, was built by Africans. The oldest university in Spain, Salamanca, was built by Africans. They took all of that ingenuity that we gave them. They didn't have no damn nautical science. They thought the earth was flat. That's why it's weird to me to hear Africans say the world flat. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? It's weird to me, but whatever, right?
But see, the thing is, I've always seen this. It's hard to see us as human on an aspect of everyone else's humanity. There's something about us that resonates a little bit higher than human, because we have such an ease with creativity that no one else has. You know, so I've always said that Black people, Africans, are folks who dove into humanity with miraculous results, and everyone else, they attempt to climb into humanity or the Europeans attempt to climb into humanity with disastrous results. The fact that it's not a benevolence, it's not a weakness, it's an arrogance. What it is, it's an arrogance that, all right, well, yeah, I'm so good, I can change these people. And it's like, no, some folks you war with to the point of slaughterer, as those sisters did. You know what I mean? It's you have to wipe out some things. Not everything can be saved. Not everything can be bartered with or politic with, and everything. Some things need to be erased from existence for the solution to be forth.
Well, that's what Campbell Campbell said.
Yes, and it's not just for the sake of you, it's for the sake of your existence. I always ask Black people this. I said, if white supremacy wasn't raining hell on Black people, how many Black people would still be pissed that these pilgrims is raping the hell out of the world? If white supremacy was not held on us over here, we had all of our prestigious Black towns and all that, how many of us would still have a problem with white supremacy due to it raping the world?
All of us. All of us.
How? If you're enriched.
Hold on, you said if we were able to.
If Black people were enriched the way that they were supposed to have been from the 20s all the way up to now, right? Mm-hmm. Would they still have a problem with these pilgrims raping the world?
Oh, I thought you said no, because no. But I thought you were saying would we mentally have a problem. I got you. I got you. No, none of us, because then there wouldn't be a problem. I'm with you.
Right. So then the whole aspect is more of an aspect of arrogance, not so much of cowardice. They certain aspects of our ego, we feel that we belong we feel that we belong in things in an aspect to shine on it. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what they were trying to do. Like, no, we're going to welcome you in. We're not going to fight you. We're not going to kill you. We're going to welcome you in, even though you've been destructive to everything that we were seeking to be solutional. You got to ask yourself, what creates that type of mindset? Is it religion? Is it spirituality? Is it what is it? Because it's actually foolish, but it's lasted all the way down thousands of years. So it's like, wait a minute. At what point do we have the correct perspective in which to judge in absolute? People don't like absolute. I understand that. No one likes absolute for some reason. I dig absolute because absolute means you put forth the adequate effort for perfection. You're not going to attain perfection, but you're going to get damn close. And if some things need to be absolute, of your protection, of your enrichment, of your legacy being able to be established, a healthy legacy, it is what it is. You know, I mean, have a certain level of our humanity been eroded out of us during this whole stint of dealing with the United States, or how much a certain level of our humanity, due to everybody wanting to behave as a citizen as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, earthborn human being. They're thinking in a citizenry. They're not thinking of what it really would mean to live in existence attached to this world. We're attached to this world through taxes. We're attached to this. We have to pay for water. You got to pay for water. You got to pay for land, right? You got to continuously pay throughout the rest of your life this system that oppresses you. It's like, no, why is it that Black people don't immediately get to the mind state, I want to build my own system? If you don't want to fight this one, I understand that. Cool. You ain't got to fight, whatever. But you should at least have a desire to want to build your own system.
But honestly, I think it goes back to that terror, what we mentioned earlier. You know, that when you're terrified, it sometimes you become petrified. Yeah. When you're petrified, you don't move. And then it goes to, well, the convenience of them, spoon feeding me, you know what I'm saying, an existence, not a life, but an existence from the time I pop out my mom's womb until the time they put me back in, Mama Earth's womb. I'm good with that. Yep. I mean, I think, we can't gloss over, think about this, brother. Think about this. their geologists have said this. The shark that's in the shark that's in the Atlantic Ocean still hunts the path of the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
The shark is one of the oldest symbiote beings on Earth. And they so discriminately threw Africans overboard, not in a pond, not in a lake, not in a river, but ocean.
Yeah.
An ocean.
Yeah.
You know how many bodies have to be littered in an ocean for sharks' migratory pattern to change? You're talking about something that has evolved over millions of years.
Mm.
So I always use that idea to put into perspective.
They can't put that in reparations.
Man, see, and that's another thing too. I always, when people start talking reparations, my first question, what's my first question, baby? What's my first question? My first question is, well, damn, how much is a dead baby? I want to know, how much is a dead baby?
All right, go ahead, elaborate.
How much is a dead baby? I want to know, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're talking reparations and you only talking about the labor, you can't even, nobody can repay the labor the enslaved Africans put in, because they worked from nighttime at night to nighttime in the morning.
Look, they'll pay you for the labor, but they don't want to pay you for the science experiments. They don't want to pay you for the terror that they placed upon you. They don't want to pay you for the theft, the theft of inventions. They don't want to pay. They'll say slavery because, oh yeah, this is just work put in. That wasn't work. You can't look at that as if it's work and put just this number on it. If anything, they need to conquer another land and just throw it to us or something. That's what they would have to do to really repay some reparations or something, dog. They can't do it with money. They say about $56 trillion. No. What about all of the what about being bred like cows? You know what I'm saying? What about the psychological damage and destruction towards our understanding of intimacy? You know what I'm saying? Social wise, couples wise, and you know what I mean? They done disrupted everything. So it's like, who's want to put what type of number on that? If anything, yeah, $956 trillion, but no, and the thing is, people, when it comes to the whole reparation thing, is really kind of disgusting, because if they can pay you reparations and you give that exhalation breath, okay, it's good now. You really are a fucking slave.
Right. Right. Or how about this? You know, reparations is about repairing the damage, right?
Yeah.
Repairing the damage.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? Why don't somebody offer this as reparations? Asians, Arabs, and Euros getting whatever spacecraft they got and jettison themselves into space. And wherever they land, they do whatever they got to do there and just leave us Earth. Well, so we can repair the damage done. Do you know why they killed Bobby Wright?
Yes, definitely, because he was reaching the minds and he could talk to people off the cuff.
He wrote a essay that's not in his book. You know, the little book he has, Psychopathic Racial Personality. Well, he wrote a essay where he said blood debts. I'll send it to you. I have it. It's called Blood Debts Must Be Collected in Blood. And it was, and he went in. Yeah. He went in and he was just like, listen, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you can't repair the damage done of the ancestors working so much that their bone, you know, separated from their muscles separated from their bone. You can't repair that damage. You can't repair, you know, the damage done using babies as gator bait. Like you said, you can't repair the damage of breeding plantations, where you may have had a mother and a son engaging in sexual activity because she was a prime beauty and she was your best buck. You can't repair that damage because those, what they say, the biggest breeding plantations were in Baltimore, Maryland area.
Oh,
And
word.
area, yes, and that area still has the highest rate of incestual rape of Black people.
Wow.
See, that's a residual. So that, you know, so how do you repair that? Because if you, like you said, if you take that check, then you really are a slave.
Yeah. Yeah. And
You're totally committed.
and everything is wash free. Everything is wash free. So the thing is, it's supposed to be in blood. It's supposed to be a blood debt. It's not because we make it a blood debt. That is the humanity of it makes it so. And this is why they have that fear that they have, because they know they wouldn't let the blood debt stand as long as we have.
Wait. No, they didn't. No. There's historical precedent. Not they wouldn't. When they caught up with the Jews, some of the Jews went to the when they caught up with the Germans, some of the Germans went to the gallows.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Some of them met the firing squad. So it's not about what the hypothetical. No. When they caught up with their ass,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I think the African people miss too. You know what I'm saying? We miss the fact that when they act like that with each other, like you mentioned earlier, and they actually catch up with one of their ass, shit, look here. You know, the movie Braveheart tells it all.
There you go.
Braveheart, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the movie, when they caught him with his ass, he popped his ass up.
Well, the thing is, that's what majority of their action films are about. They're about blood debts. It's always on some aspect of revenge or honor. And it's like, all right, well, y'all get to carry y'all shit out in y'all cinema or something like that. And ours is real life. So when we carry ours out in real life, not even the form of the physical form, when you just speak on it, they tell me, oh, you're a terrorist and shit. So, all right, so what you gonna do when I start cooking in this kitchen then, Pilgrim? If I'm a terrorist with words, what you think I'm gonna be with some plastic? They push you there, cuz. And it's like, wait a minute, man. Y'all really think y'all got it like that? You really think everyone is going to give you the world like that and wish for you to have it as is? Shit, nah. I'm supposed to be serving a village and making sure that it's rich, making sure that it's harmony there, making sure that the enemy's in check. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, man. I'm supposed to be efforting in whatever way of my healing capacity is supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. And in the aspect of dealing and interacting with the United States, looking at the pilgrims and everything, it's like, all right, wait a minute. At what level of a threat are the threats there? At what level of a threat? Before you even put a subject to occupy the space for the threat, you just see the threat. What are the threats? And then you follow the line like you follow the money, and it shows you exactly what it is and to the level at which the threat has influence. And it's like, all right, shit, this is easy. I see what we're supposed to be doing.
To a thinking African. It's not easy. It's not easy for an American-made or European-made Negro.
Right.
Because their minds are made differently.
Right.
And collectively,
Urugu.
have our minds made white.
Urugu for real.
African people, man, y'all missed it, man. Me and the brother Rogish, man, we've been in here building. Brother Rage in the building. He was in here with us. But hey, I'm not gonna keep y'all long. We got an early start in the morning. We got one more push. Y'all, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. You gotta get up, Sister Ray. I don't want to hear it. You gotta get up. I see you got your wardrobe change in. You should have been over here with us. If you would have seen what I seen tonight, girl, whoop. It was a rough one. It was a rough one tonight.
We had to finish out with Brother Tashango because he only did half a lecture presentation yesterday, so it was
Tashango killed it, brother, man. Man.
Nobody don't even talk to me ever again. I'm done. What Monty did to me tonight is unexcusable. the man, Candace, what the man said? The man said he can talk to animals. The man said he can fly. The man said you got to give the little girls the vodka. I'm like, oh, the time is up, brother. It was wild.
But cool with the animal part, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, and
Hold on, he said
to the birds.
You gotta do what?
The man said you got to get the vodka. He said the brown make him feel a certain kind of way, and the white. Am I lying, Candace? He can't. They can't hear you, baby. He said it. The man said the white make you feel a certain kind of way, and the black. I'm like,
whoa.
then they were talking about doing it. They were talking about doing a ritual.
It's a Trini boy.
I said, Candace, if they come back naked, I am hitting.
Bully. You know what I mean? Hey, but to tell you
Come
all,
back.
chicken feathers, cuz. Yeah, it's all.
Oh my God! But it was good, man. You know what? The 4 people that they had in there, man, really enjoyed it. You believe it or not?
You said
You know,
the 4 people.
Yeah, because it was almost like 30 with Baba Tashawn go.
Yeah, they all left.
Yeah,
They
y'all
came
got-
over to Tashango. Include me. I had
That's
to. I had to make sure Tashango was good. You know, that's all. Make sure my brother.
Well, you know, I'm glad the brother had an opportunity to step up for us because, you know, we had some people flake on us last minute. Y'all won't believe the pressure that y'all put on Africans. We've had Africans at the last minute 2 times a day, scared to come into the rooms. Scared to come into the rooms. They was like, and I'm like, wait a minute. For the last 6 weeks, you was, you know, Billy Badass around here. Now it's time to step up. They was afraid. One guy said, I can't, I don't even know how to type. He wouldn't even type the password to get in. So, but hey, guess what? That's why you got Tashango again. So that's okay. Africans.
Were they supposed to present? Were the people supposed
Yes.
to present? They were?
Yes, Tashango presented yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had him on standby because I felt it in my bones that we were going to be let down, but obviously we were not. So, but it's all good. You know, you find out, you know, who's really about the life and who is not. That's okay. Same thing we've been talking about the whole night. You know, Brother Rogish, you know, some people, they talk, but when it's time to do that collective work, you know, they get in the wind. So that's okay. But
Yeah.
I want y'all to get some rest because we got one more day to extend our arms across this globe.
I
Lock
was supposed to
on,
sleep 4 hours ago, man.
huh?
I was supposed to be asleep 4 hours ago, but I couldn't.
Man, hey, you better get you 4 hours. You better get you 4. You only gonna get 4 hours. So this is what I'm gonna do, Africans. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna check every single Zoom link to make sure I can get in without problem, so y'all can flow real seamlessly. It was better.
Yeah. Listen, we can get into certain rooms without you even letting us in. Like I was just clicking.
Because those rooms are being run by my son and my brother.
Okay, yeah, we were just clicking it in there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Sure.
I'm in the black room, and they got red, and one has red, and one has black.
You should
So,
take
I mean,
notes, sir.
I don't even know the damn colors on the flag.
You
but,
should definitely take some notes.
I'm enjoying y'all. I'm enjoying this, and you know, like I said, get some
What you
sleep.
doing?
What you looking at? The sun coming up? Oh, it like the sun was coming up.
No, hey, so what, 5 o'clock we get the link or the password to get in tomorrow?
No, I'm finna send it. It probably about an hour or 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm finna send it, like matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go ahead and craft the password now. I'm gonna send that out, but then I'm gonna check all the links, you know what I'm saying, after that, so we can go ahead and be ready to roll, y'all. So like I say, bright and early tomorrow morning, set your alarm clocks. I'll probably open up the room by 8:30. Now, I was saying earlier, what I'm gonna do is, instead of when the libation ends, instead of all running, we'll stay there. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll go into the respective rooms. You know, because I think that kind of confuses people sometimes when we like leave and go into a room, because then people will come late to the libation. So we'll be in there listening to something, because they'll go to the opening.
United Front.
You want United Front first thing in the morning?
All right, maybe not. All right, maybe not. Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? What you want? Talk to me now.
I mean, look, if it ain't gonna be UF, then it gotta be some Donny Hathaway or something. You know what I mean?
Like Cypher in the Field. For man, is nice for the morning.
Hold on. No, actually, we didn't show Cypher Incomplete no love yet. We ain't show my brother
No.
Doc Mockey.
I did.
Yes, he did. Yes.
I
We was
played yesterday.
yes.
Oh, my fault. Oh, wow. Y'all looking at me like, what? You tripping. All right, cool. No problem.
But hey, we gonna get back up. Now I'm gonna tell you what we haven't played. We ain't played United We Stand or 50 Shots Back. So we'll get on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We reading. That's on what? United We Stand.
No, that's on Black Power Man Rap.
Black Power. We didn't play. Did we play Black Power?
Nope, we haven't played Back Out.
Look, hey,
No,
hey.
hold on.
wait
How you ain't gonna
Did
show
you-
love though?
Wait a minute. What did I? You hear me talking about? We didn't play.
Hey, you've been here with me. Don't act like that, Sister Ray. You've been right here with me, God dog.
Sis, it's we. You in it now. It's we.
Right.
You done messed up now. You with us.
I say.
So that's on the menu for tomorrow. So right when we finish, when Baba Sekou finishes libation, we going Black Power Man Rap, right?
Black Power Man Rap.
Black Power Man Rap, and like I said, we're gonna have a good start tomorrow, y'all. We're gonna finish strong. Baba gonna come in here and bring us home. And hey, man, you know, everybody that's on this little podcast right now, when this is done, your job is not to go back to where you are. We have to stay connected. We have to stay unified. We got to find something to come together to do. I got some ideas.
You always got ideas. That's how we got in this mess in the first place.
You're right. But all I know is at some point we got to honor the ones who did the work, and the Immortal got a birthday coming up in October.
Yeah. I know already, brother.
So hey, have a good evening, good night. Get y'all some rest, and we'll be at it in the morning again. A BB2 for Hodier.
Adabo.
Doc Maki. Buck front, yeah. Shot. Intro to O. Yeah. And my dude, that Timbuktu the Ave. For new, renew your passion, shun the condition. And not the who, what, when, where, and you are from. At last. Put the higher